I've come out on a morning stroll again, and we're back to the same place with the mushrooms. I'm back to this tree where I found the little mushroom at the bottom over there the other day. It is growing, but it's still... But I did find that the yellow patches have spawned a bunch, and I can see a bunch of them along here, and I think I might grab one and take a look at it a little closer as we go. That's what today's video is going to be. More mushrooms. There's actually so many little yellow patches. These ones are only a couple inches. It's a nicer, bigger one there, and a bunch of them. Let's keep going. Okay, there's another little yellow one. Kind of beaten up. So, like most days, I don't really know what I'm doing. I just thought I'd come out for a little walk and look for mushrooms again. Try to identify some more. There's another one, because we finally had some rain the past couple days and a pretty nice day yesterday. So now is the time I'm caught to go back and check them out. So we're gonna come right back into the woods where we were last time in my last video, and we're gonna go check out more mushrooms again. Still not gonna pick anything for eating, but just for pictures and for a stroll. Pretty sure this is a yellowfoot, and if it is, they are supposedly delicious. As I said, I'm not going to be eating any of them, but I am going to pick a couple of them so I can take some closer look at like the gills and that kind of stuff for them. Bring a couple home just to take a closer look at. So these are the yellowfoot, which is a type of chanterelle, and we're going to take a couple specimens. Really hard to step right here because these yellowfoot mushrooms are actually like everywhere. There's a big patch of them, and if I was to be eating these, this would probably be a pretty good spot to get a decent amount for a meal, which I'm not doing. I really don't think I like mushrooms. I don't like the ones I've tried way in the past. This one still caught a bit of its veil. So I found a couple of these little patches, and I found a nice bigger one that I can get quite a bit closer to, and they're fuzzy. I don't know what these ones are yet, but of course we're going to try to identify them. I started using the Shroom ID app to see if that works out a little bit better, and so far I think it has. So I think these might be a type of honey fungus. I think. But I'm only using the app right now. And you should never just go by a single thing like an app to identify and be positive, because they are not always right. So just keep that in mind. And all the birds are coming. chickadees, blue jays, who knows what else. So I've come a little bit off of the trail because I found a teeny little bit of this shelf fungus, and that's not something that I've been finding here too much, actually. I'm not sure what this stuff is yet. It's quite firm, rubbery, all white meat, and there's really not a lot of it. Another one to add to the find. And I can see right here that there's some more dead ones. That might be, there's some sort of funnel mushroom. This one's got something nibbling out of it, and it looks like there's a little rodent hole. And this one's also, when cut or handled, bruises, it's secreting this liquid. It's just kind of like water. Doesn't really have a strong smell. Gilled. I guess we'll bring this one. So I might have become mildly distracted back there in that clearing with the creepy shacks, but I've come back on track, and we're back looking at mushrooms instead of slugs, and I'm just going to leave this area, kind of finish my stroll down the trail to where I found those other orange ones the other day. Meet you down there. I've come across a couple of these, and I've grabbed a couple. And these ones might be my favorite ones that I've found so far today, because they're nice and orange, kind of orangey brown, yellowy orange stem, but then the gills, flip over, if you can see, are like a kind of a reddish color. And it's just a really nice looking little mushroom. So we'll keep that one. Some big ones. More of those big orange ones. Oh, very soft. Let's pick this guy. Oh. Gilled. Stipe is bare. No visible vulva. Brown top. Also chewed. Smells really earthy. But we're not going to bring this one, but we'll try to identify it as well. Onwards! There's a couple little more white mushrooms that I don't know what those ones are either, but I found some more big brown ones with yellow bottoms, and I'm pretty sure I already know what these are because they look like ones that I found yesterday and took from my neighbor's yard. I believe these are slippery jacks. While slippery jacks are edible, this is not a mushroom I think that I would want to try, as they feel like boogers. Apparently pretty yummy though. I think I'm actually going to pick this one. This one's a bit bigger than the ones that I've been wanting to pick. Maybe about 2 inches across. But I just took a look at it and they actually look pretty cool. And I think this would work well for an art project that I'm doing. There, look in there. Look at the pattern of those pores. That's really pretty. And it's fuzzy and very soft. And there's quite a few of them. And a whole bunch of them just kind of right there. But we only need one. I just turned around and I found a whole pile of them. Big ones, little ones, some as big as your head. Well, maybe if you have a small head. But those ones are pretty big. With a slug on them. Those ones aren't too photogenic, unfortunately, but maybe we'll get some pictures of these. I've made it back to where my 15-minute stroll was supposed to take me. 2 hours later. And I'm just going to grab a couple of these little ones. I'm not going to take a lot. Maybe we'll get this guy here. So 2 hours later, I've got the one mushroom that I came for. Maybe a bit more than that. There's some cool ones right here. I think these ones are more honey mushrooms. And we already have one. One last mushroom that I want to grab on my way out. And it's one of the first mushrooms that we found today. But it's one of the biggest, so we're grabbing it last. So I wanted to grab a yellow patches to take a closer look at one.
we're back. And this is one reason why I wanted these little mushrooms. One, I just wanted to look at them. I've always mildly liked mushrooms, like to look at, but I wanted to take a close look at some of them, like the yellow patches that still had its little veil around it, and the veins, false gills of some of the chanterelle type mushrooms, and the really cool pores on that fuzzy mushroom. I am terrible at identifying them, but this is the art project that I'm going to be doing today. I did start making one yesterday, and you can see this here. This one was left overnight, and this is a little spore print. There was actually 5 on this page. I don't know if you can kind of see some of the faint rings there. They didn't really turn out, but the one in the middle worked excellently. This was from a fairy ring mushroom out of the backyard. And I also did some slippery jacks, which I'll show a picture of their spore prints. I've already gotten rid of the slippery jacks. They feel like boogers, they're gross. But we're gonna do some spore prints of these ones. So we're gonna leave these ones overnight, and we're gonna come back and see what kind of a print that they make for tomorrow. Big jump cut. It's now quite a few hours later, and our art project is coming along well. So again, here's one that I did yesterday. It's a fairy ring mushroom, but I have to take the yellow patches out because it's actually, I got it young and it's expanding out and pushing my other mushrooms because I put them too close. So we're gonna take a look at some of them as well. That's going to do it for today's video, and probably the mushroom videos in general, if I'm honest. Unless you want to see more of them, let me know down in the comments. I will be continuing to photograph mushrooms as I come across them, as I've always done. With this more so budding interest in mycology and different mushrooms and fungus, I did want to try new things, be open to new things, but I really don't think that I'm going to be eating any mushrooms, even like store-bought ones, as I just really don't like mushrooms. Maybe eventually I'll try them. I'm going to be open to anything. As for now, I did the spore prints as a little art project, not for any particular use, just to see how they turned out, and I'd actually really recommend that to pretty much anybody. They were super simple to make. All you need to do is just put the tops of the mushrooms on a sheet of paper, black, white, aluminum foil, pretty much anything, drip some water on them and cover them with a container and leave them for a couple hours. I was going to leave them overnight. I actually only left them for a couple hours, and they came out great. So fun little experiment and art project. Would recommend to anybody at all. And I guess that's it for this video. Until next time, thanks for watching.